Yo, what is good, Buckeye Nation? This is your host, MB. Man, how do you guys feel about Kyle McCord? Are you guys concerned, especially coming up in these next couple games that are huge against Penn State and Wisconsin? I spit there, yeah. Yeah. So let's get into it. Before we start this show, I want to give a shout out. So I've been a little bit critical on the receivers, but I want to give them a shout out. They played really well. We just had a quarterback that couldn't find them. They were finally getting open. I think Marvin Harrison played really. I mean, he played really well. Obviously, had I think 8 catches, like 137 yards. They played really good. Julian Fleming was really good, but we didn't have a quarterback that could find them. So let's get into the show. So Ohio State's offense hit rock bottom against Maryland. I mean, guys, this was really bad. Ohio State had 5 possessions that ended up in punts in the first half. This was bad. This was a really bad performance. There is no excuse on how bad this really was. Now, we already know the issues. It's been talked about this whole week. Offensive line was not good. The running game wasn't good. It just Carl McCord was terrible in the first half. I mean, we already know missing guys, missing reads, just checking it down. He was awful. Now, I want to address this about the offensive line issues. Not everything is always the offensive line's fault. Now, of course, they were not. Don't get me wrong. They were not great at all. They were not good at all. But I feel like this game was a combination of everything. The running backs didn't find their lanes. Of course, the offensive line didn't get a lot of push. I thought G. Scott played a really bad game. He's was terrible blocking. And we already know about Kyle McCord. I mean, man, he's not good. He was not good this game at all. I mean, he was missing guys open. He was not. I mean, he was missing guys open. He was throwing it late, throwing behind the receivers. Marvin Harrison Marvin Harrison had to go back and catch the ball. I mean, Fleming had he threw the ball to Fleming, and he had to go down and catch it. It was just really bad by Kyle McCord. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit concerned, because I'm like, how do you come out like that? Like, how do you not get better off of that Notre Dame game, right? I mean, I get it. Like, he was not good in that game, great in that game, and I know that there was interceptable balls, especially in that last drive. But I feel like you should have had that confidence going into this Maryland game, and I thought he was gonna level up. I'm not gonna lie. I drank the juice. Man, he was just not good. Of course, he did get better. It got better during the game. He had a really beautiful throw on 2nd and 33 to Marvin Harrison Jr. It was just a beautiful throw. I just don't get how he just needs to do more of that. I just don't get, like, it's there, but he's just so inconsistent. Like, you can't have that. You can't have this type of performance against a team like Penn State, Wisconsin, and obviously Michigan. You can't have that, or it's gonna be very, very ugly. And I am truly concerned about with Kyle McCord. It was really bad. I mean, yeah, it was just not a good performance by this team at all. Yeah, I mean, that's all kind of all I really have to say. Now, I will say one thing about the offensive line, right? I was watching some film, some All 22. And I do implore you guys to go and watch some All 22 film. Again, I know that Zach Smith is a very controversial figure, and he turns people off. But I do truly believe that you should go watch some All 22 film, no matter if it's Zach or whoever. You should go and watch that, because it gives you a different perspective gives you a different perspective on the offensive line. And I kind of felt better about the offensive line than I did after watching that game. Again, there's still issues with it, but I feel a little bit better. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I have, guys. I mean I have really nothing else to say. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. All right, guys, I'm out.